That's why I say it could be any theme you want.
You could call it Bortz.
Oh,
Boards.
Brian Sports.
Come on
Bortz
down
bar.
to Brian's Bortz.
Sports. It's not a sports bar.
Yeah, it's Brian's Sports Bar.
Bortz bar.
That would be my signature item, the Bort.
I feel like we can't even
The
go
Bort
any better
burger.
than this.
The Bort Burger.
It's
Bort
bacon.
Brian's Bort Burger.
The Bort Burger. All right, guys. Welcome
Okay,
back to another podcast. Aboard with the boys.
Yeah.
We got this,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's get it started
Yeah.
quick. Christian,
Yep.
hit us.
all right. So,
What are we talking
kind of got
about?
a little bit of a topic. It's related to food wise, but it's a little bit more texture to what I'm going to say. So,
Nice.
So imagine this: you guys ever wanted to open up a restaurant, a specific one, and that specific one will be something that you would serve to other people, but at the same
Sushi.
time, it's something passionate about what you want to serve to people that you think is gonna,
Mexican food.
bring.
So- but are we-
well,
So are we talking like specific dishes, or are we gonna talk like whole
Well-
themes of like a whole restaurant?
well, as long as it gives us the whole hour.
Well, I am glad that you clarified that this restaurant is serving other people
Yeah.
and not me, because I've never been to a restaurant where I wasn't served food.
Well, it's pretty much your imagination of what you picture of something that you would love to like serve, as well as like the community. And like a lot of people, like, for example, I'm just throwing this out there, like pizza, like you want to throw a pizza restaurant, but this one specific, like you're throwing out different dishes than what a specific one will throw out, like just pepperoni, meats, and like veggies. Like
Yeah. So
But
yeah.
you're
So if
throwing out
you're
other
gonna
things.
if you're gonna start your own restaurant, typically you're starting a restaurant that like is stuff that you enjoy. So I
Yeah.
guess that's kind of like the question.
Mexican food.
okay, then you're just saying Taco Bell.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
mean,
would
Oh,
open up a Taco Bell.
Oh, fast
You
food.
gotta be imaginative, you know. You
yeah.
gotta
So
throw
I
some
feel like
things out.
I feel like it's more interesting if you were to say like, what's something like you eat that's not normal? Like, is there something specific you do? Is there like you have a sandwich and you
jerky.
put something
What's
weird
your
on
taste?
it? You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, that combination. If I sold
Like
this,
a-
people would love it.
Well, like a Pop-Tart pizza.
Yeah, like
That's
it's a weird
weird.
example, but like something like that. Not like Mexican
Soggy
because it's
sock
just,
pizza.
Soggy pizza.
but it's like, oh, I put hot sauce in my grilled cheese or something, and it's like, oh, that's kind of
That's the
unique.
thing,
And then
like,
you would
Brandon-
would you sell that?
Right now, there's a lot of communities that like really like spicy stuff. So I don't see as much spicy stuff on a topping than just a regular.
That sentence was so confusing.
Yeah, I know.
Well, all right. I guess to answer
the
the question, I guess my ideal place has already kind of been created because I feel like my whole life I was like, man, I wish they had like a mac and cheese place that had
I
like
was thinking that
all these
too.
different toppings you could have. You could get like little versions of each one, and you could have like a small thing with like stuff on it and all this stuff. Like, because as you're growing up, you get like mac and cheese, and you're just like putting whatever you want on it, spices or like meats or like anything you really. And it's like when Mr. Max came around, I don't know if that's even like a national thing or if it's like only around here.
It's
or
like a New
whatever.
England type thing so far.
Yeah, I mean, other places might have alternate versions, but yeah, for me,
Yeah.
like, I really like mac and cheese, and the concept of like being able to go to a place and have like all these different versions of mac and cheese. That's like,
Taco
Mm.
Mac.
yeah, like
That's
that's
one.
so
So, like,
Max.
that's so
look
good.
at this.
So.
Like, look at
Mexican
Mr. Max. Like all the flavors that you tried and seen so far. What do you think that they would add in that they haven't done yet? That you feel like it's something that could be so unique and it could just brings back more of the
Well,
customers.
They could
Slim
they
Jims.
could they could expand
could-
their sales to dogs. And they can do like poop and cheese.
Dogs can pretty much eat
Poop and
anything,
cheese?
but
Poop and cheese. That
Ugh.
answer took a
Dog-
turn I didn't expect.
I was gonna say like beef jerky
Dogs-
Mac. and
dogs
Slim
enjoy
Jim
poop.
Mac.
Yeah, I mean, they do like steak and pulled pork and stuff. I mean, they could always do like brisket or like other pepperoni mac and cheese. You know what I mean? But as far as like
Like-
something crazy, like I don't know, they do already do
Like,
a
I-
lot. They could get weird
Well-
and do like
well-
chocolate.
Ice cream.
yeah, there you go.
Cheese.
There you go.
Oh, but
The
is that
chocolate
is that
kills
good?
dogs.
Like, yeah, that's an alternate. They could put friggin' anything, but it's like, is that going to be good? Chocolate and cheese? Probably not.
Not for dogs.
All right.
For dogs.
I'll give you two of them so far I can think of right now. Pizza Mac and Spicy Mac.
Well, they have
What's
buffalo
in
chicken,
spicy
man.
mac?
Yeah, but it's not like
You just put
Uh,
spices
You just
on
want
regular mac
buffalo
and
Yeah,
mac.
cheese.
You don't
like
want
how-
chicken
You just
mac.
put like a fucking scorpion pepper on top of your mac
yeah,
and cheese.
like ghost mac or something like that.
Ghost
You know,
mac.
just
Go smack.
Yeah,
or
I feel
yeah,
like
just
I
like
feel
I'm
like
saying.
all we're doing is like planning out Mr. Mac's next recipe and not answering the question.
Well, you
All
got
right,
yourself.
look.
All right, let's
if I was to open up a restaurant,
Yeah.
All right.
okay,
All right.
I would start off by doing sort of.
well, let me say something
Oh
first.
my god.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
it could be
my.
themed at any way you want.
Mexican.
I would do like barbecue food, like ribs, burgers, like all that barbecue kind of shit. Like, you know, grilled sausage, like Italian
Chicken.
sausage, anything chicken, like you said, and then as a sort of like another kind of area of the menu, I'd have like the bar food. So you got like the wings, you got mozzarella sticks.
So, what would be like your secret thing? Like, what would
Signature.
what would be like your signature
Signature
thing?
dish.
Like, you know, that
Like
sounds
a Big
good.
Mac
But,
sauce.
yeah, like that. But like, what would be like? Oh man, like this place has this. Not just like, oh, it's like a good barbecue place, but like they
All right,
got
so-
something special.
It'd be called. I don't know exactly the name of it, but I can tell you what it is. It's gonna be a piece of chicken, and then
Yeah.
a hamburger, some cheese in the middle, cheese on top. Then it's gonna have, well, you know, you could throw whatever you want, lettuce, tomatoes, whatever, pickles. But then it's gonna have my secret sauce in it. It's gonna be delicious.
What is that? What's your secret sauce?
I don't know. Shit.
It's like
I mean, I could be
it's
like,
like
oh,
soggy pizza.
It's a secret.
all right. So your
I
your
could call
thing,
it-
your thing would be like a cool combination with some sort of sauce that you create.
Exactly.
All right, all right.
I could call it the sports burger.
Like you're
Okay.
calling that the
Why?
sports burger, or your
No, like that's like basically what Brian likes. He likes sports. So and it's combining like
I would say
chicken,
it's like a
sports, hamburger, sports, cheese and lettuce, sports. I mean, I get it.
Secret sauce.
Sports.
The secret sauce.
Chris,
is
to add
like
on to what Christian's saying, it
sweat
would be
from sport
it
players.
would be sort of like a sports. I don't want to say bar, but there would be a bar there.
Sports
It'd be
barbecue.
like a sports atmosphere kind of thing, you know?
yeah, that's why I say it could be any theme you
Oh,
want.
you could call
with-
it Borts.
Oh,
boards.
Brian Sports.
Come on
Bort's
down to
bar.
Brian's Borts.
Sports. It's not a sports bar.
Yeah, it's Brian's sports bar.
Borts bar.
That would be my signature item, the Bort.
Ah, I feel like we can't
The
even go
Bort
any better
burger.
than this.
The Bort burger.
It's
Bort
bacon.
Brian's Bort burger.
The Bort burger.
It'll be a Borts
It's only things.
burger
It's
sandwich.
only things
we
that starts with B.
we solved
Wait,
that on
is
the
it a
previous
sandwich or a
episode.
cheeseburger?
You would
Like
have
I don't
your
get what it
hamburger,
is.
your chicken, your
Your
cheese
hamburger,
on the
your
top and the
bacon.
middle. And,
I gotta take a
instead
shot
of
at this.
buns, you'd have
This is a
bacon
good
as the
idea.
bun. So bacon on top,
Every-
bacon on the bottom.
It'd be every. It'd be every.
Steve, what is he
Everything
doing?
on the menu would be B though. So you'd have a Bort's burger, and it would
It's a
have.
good idea. I had to
It
take
would
a
have
shot.
Bamberger. It had bacon.
So what
it
would you
had
call
lettuce,
bacon?
It's a Bort's burger.
Blamato,
Tomato.
Blannaise.
You could have a
Get some
BLT and a
Lactose.
BMT.
Why are you adding an L? It's
I don't
just
know.
mayonnaise.
I don't know.
Get some
This is-
pr-
it's
some
hard to say
bread.
what it'd be. Banaise.
Bacon.
Band-Aids? You can have like 2 Band-Aids with a hamburger in the middle.
Bamberger.
Brian's Bort's bar. whatever the
Bacon
name would be.
Bings.
But like I feel like more of the side dishes are like the downside of like some restaurants that don't really improve on themselves. Like some people don't really go for the main menus. They really just go for their side dishes.
What are
Like
we
wings.
talking about?
Bees birds.
We're like in full
No, I'm
restaurant
just adding
critique
on
mode.
things.
I know. It's just
Dude, I'm
it's
adding
like
things
food
on.
critics. It's funny.
All right.
Like what would you
Scott.
add with the burger? Like what would come
Applesauce.
the Bort burger? Applesauce?
No,
All right, that's
Bapple
something
sauce.
new. All right, that's something new. Okay,
Applesauce.
I go down for that.
So all right, so here's my answer. My second thing, I'm my real answer, because like these both like were when I was growing up. I had these thoughts. One is like the mac and cheese thing, which already been done. The second one would be like a breakfast place, or it'd be like you could go anytime. It wouldn't be like a full crazy sit down waitress comes over. It would be like kind of a come and go type of place, but it would be like a cereal bar. You would just have like. Like you go to a restaurant and sometimes they have like 300 beers on tap and everyone's like, oh, it's so crazy. I would have like tubes and it would just be like every known cereal on tap. So you walk in, as you're walking in, you swipe in your card, you grab on a bowl, and you're like going in a line, just boop, 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 filling up like a couple bowls. You go sit down, you have cereal, there's like milk dispensary, and it's like a quick come and go thing, maybe like a college campus type of thing, or like
That's a good idea.
like a
actually.
high velocity or high trafficked area. So it's just like,
do
you know,
that.
both sides are open, both doors are open. You just kind of like, you're just cruising through, and it's like in the middle of the day, you just want a bowl of cereal or something. Like,
You shouldn't
Dude,
have told
like-
everyone. That's a good idea.
Dude, like nowadays, like they have so many different types of milks. It's ridiculous at this point.
yeah, you could like all the cereals on all the milks. Like you could
You
be
have your
like,
skim, your fat free.
yeah, like you could
It
turn it
reminds
into
me-
like, you could turn it into like soups and other stuff. But like I would keep it just cereal because like I
It
really
reminded me
like
of just
cereal.
like the frozen yogurt thing that popped up, and you would go in and you would be like going.
Dude,
through
there
the-
were so
there's,
many
like different
goddamn
toppings. You could put like blueberries or strawberries.
Dude,
like
what
on your
happened,
cereal.
dude? Like
Yeah,
there
what
was
happened?
so
I don't know.
What
fucking
happened is
many
disappeared.
of them.
they overwhelmed the market. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Like one place
all
popped up, and then
disappeared, though.
300 other places
Froyo?
popped up, and then they were all like Dunkin' Donuts. They were on every corner,
Yeah.
and then people were like, "Oh, I don't like it that much," and then everyone was just like, "Yeah, I'm done with it." And then that's what happened. They
Well,
oversaturated.
but
That was
it's
the problem.
weird that nobody stayed at all. Like it's not like 4 of them popped up and like one of them was the best that stayed. Like they all disappeared.
Well, I think
So-
they all like hurt each other because people just like grew sick of it. Like even ice cream, it's
I
like
don't know.
I don't know, like people like ice cream, but you only do it so often. And if it was like
I would
1,000
still
ice
go if
creams
they were
around you,
open.
Well, they were
I
saying like
used to
it's
really
supposed to be
them,
like,
but-
yeah,
I
they were
never
saying
liked
like
that.
it was supposed to be like fat free or something. That's why that was the whole market thing. Like,
well, the problem was
it's less
it was
than
super expensive too, because like
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll get a little bit,
They
and then you get
weight
like you fucking fill it up with all this ton of stuff, and then you put this thing in. It's like, oh, $26 for your like little bowl of
One bite.
milk
Yeah.
Your dessert.
or frozen yogurt. But yeah, so that's
There
my
you go.
answer.
It'll
would
be
have a-
for
I would
That's
have
a
a-
good idea.
I would have a pass-through cereal bar done. Tim.
So it'll be
That's
like
actually pretty cool.
So basically, it'll be like froyo, but it's cereal.
Yeah, I like.
Well,
that
not
idea.
really, because that one like you go in, you wait, you have to ask the lady. I'm talking like you go in, you swipe your card.
there's,
it
like,
would be
big
it would be
tubes.
fast. There would be no like people waiting on you. You go in, you like you serve it yourself. You can grab a bar stool, eat your bowl of cereal, or you just get a bag or something. You fill it on the way to go. Like it's
That's
just
a cool
both
idea.
doors are
But,
open.
like,
The entry and the close. You go in, swipe. It's like automated. Go.
Like, but wasn't like for example, froyo, like you would get the certain type of ice cream, and then you just go to the counter and just get whatever topping you want. Basically, that will be the cereal type. What you
Yeah,
want, right?
kinda, but then it's
you
like-
just get
I don't
like,
know, that some-
oh yeah, I just want like Frosted Flakes with like Lucky Charms, like for example, and
Scott's
like
just got
throwing
a
up.
bunch of different type of milk dispensers, and then you go
Yeah,
to the counter.
You have to call the almond milk though almond juice. You can't call it milk. Some milk.
I would call it like
Almond.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, like
Almond.
whether it be popular or not, I like that idea I've had for like so long. Maybe not like that sophisticated.
It sounds like it.
As I was saying
when
it,
you
I was
said-
like making it more official. I was like, that's actually pretty
It
cool.
sounded good though.
Yeah, that's
like to
good.
me, when you said it
It's a-
too, when you said in like a college setting, like I feel like that would really like catch on really fast. Because like I just think of people like college students like being like late for class early in the morning trying to eat something for breakfast, and they just like run through like in there.
What's the thing like on
Like,
a
whatever.
Feel like
That's like a
coming with
good
cereal
idea.
bowls,
Spill,
like-
spill in their bowl of cereal.
Yeah, just like pop, 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 and run
yeah,
out.
but like
and
on a
swipe this
college
thing.
campus, like when I was in college, like if you're hungry in the middle of the day or something like that, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get like this prepackaged muffin or this nonsense
Yeah.
that they have. But if they had
Yeah.
like some walkthrough thing where it's like just like a pretty narrow thing, you walk in, you like swipe your card, and you know it's like $5 or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna grab a bowl or I'm gonna grab a cup or something, and then you fill it up and you grab a spoon, and you're just like eating cereal, and it's like you can get
Yeah.
healthy cereal, you can get like something more sweet. Like I don't know, I feel like the range is there.
You could
I
have
think
it on the side of like
yeah.
highways instead of like McDonald's. You could have your cereal drive-through.
Truck stops.
Dude, I would do that over like McDonald's any day.
Well, not everyone loves cereal as much as
That's
you,
what I mean. It's a
but
very
I'm
specific
sure there
example,
are
but
people that do, but I mean, I don't. But you know,
That's-
sounds like a good
Depends on
idea still.
depends on
Yeah.
the cereal.
that's the thing. So it's not maybe it's not for
Well,
everybody,
Scott
but
sit down and eat an entire box of cereal for breakfast.
yeah, I mean whatever.
Cereal.
All right, Chris and Tim, we
Yeah.
need your answers. Me and Brian are
Ah,
killing it over here in the
Mexican
restaurant
food.
market.
It's
Absolutely. I think we should combine their businesses.
Mine's
cereal
Mexican
and
food.
barbecue.
Dude,
But
I can have
instead
the
of giving you
Bort's
on
bowl.
a plate, they just throw it at you. I don't
that's the
know.
thing, like,
I don't have any
so-
good creative ideas. Food
that's the
isn't,
thing. Like nowadays, there's so many restaurants. Like I would think of on the go pizza, but Blaze
So many
Pizza already did
restaurants.
that.
Restaurants. Oh yes.
How the hell are you even doing that? Was
he was like,
He was counting. That's how I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how you count, right?
well, 7 was right.
No, I don't think so.
Anyways,
Anyways, Tim, go.
I just told you.
Tim's gonna have a food truck where you order the food and then you stand 30 feet away and they just fucking cannon it
Yeah,
at your face.
We mush it all up into one thing and just
It
fire
right
it
in your
at
mouth.
You. Yep.
That's good.
I like
You
the
just get-
refried beans. You just
And
take
if you
like a
catch it in your
spoonful and
mouth, you don't have to pay. But if you get it anywhere else, you have to pay.
yeah, and then you have to clean yourself up.
You just get like Mexican just blown at you at like the speed of sound.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
It's more, it's more for the experience rather than the food.
Yeah,
itself.
yeah. And then there's like a hosing station right next door where you just get like a pressure washer and just fucking
Yeah.
blast
But
everybody.
but we charge for that too.
You're like, oh, $30 and you just got like one bite and then just like,
The pressure wash costs more than the food
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
and you
that's
have
how
like
we get you.
you have like damage in your esophagus from the food, like a mozzarella stick
Yeah.
hitting you square in the mouth.
What hurts too is that we put the utensils in there too,
Mm.
so you also get hit with like knives and forks and,
Yeah, yeah.
and plastic spoons and stuff.
That's pretty good.
So that's rough. So I think
Christian?
it's pretty good. Yeah.
Dude,
He's like,
he's got steam coming out
it's
over
really
there.
hard to say because I'm.
It was your question.
I know,
Right?
but like,
He's happy with what's out there. He doesn't need anything new.
yeah, like Lay's
I
Pizza.
don't either.
Like I go there right now.
Lay's
it's like the
Pizza?
fastest.
I don't
Yeah,
know what he's
it's-
talking about.
It's like the new thing now. It's like a Subway pizza place.
Oh,
Where you can
Blaze.
have the topping.
Blaze. Yeah,
Yeah, Blaze.
Yeah,
I
at
like-
the mall,
never
yeah.
heard of that.
Like I
Yeah,
LeBron
like
James.
I like it how it is down, but I feel like they could add more just for the toppings and the way like I hate having pizza at a certain time. I want to have breakfast pizza. Like I want to have it straight in the morning. Like
cereal pizza.
yeah, there you go. Like make something new. Like have some more ideas just to have it instead of at 11 o'clock. Like if like, I want pizza, I want it early in the morning.
I mean, you can
Like
do
there you
that.
go,
I'd say, yeah.
breakfast pizza. There you go.
That's
like
probably not the
bacon.
healthiest thing.
All
You
right,
can
so,
still do that.
all right, so
now,
is your
though.
Best
is your
breakfast
answer you're
for-
opening a breakfast pizza place?
yeah, there you go, breakfast pizza
Okay,
place.
all right.
Like all the
Done.
breakfast toppings you can have
It's
on
like,
French
pizza.
toast,
all right.
French toast pizza,
There you go. It's
Done.
pancake pizza, omelet
Crusty
pizza,
crab pizza.
It can happen. Like you can just take a regular batter from pizza and just
maple syrup
I mean
pizza
regular
guy.
batter from pancakes and just like somehow make sort of into a pizza
Somehow.
dish with like bacon with sausage and like
I'm not going
dish
to.
with
I'm not going to
bacon.
your restaurant. You
You're gonna
don't
be
want,
making
like,
you know
shit
the
up like on the
fuck
fly,
you're
and you're
doing
like,
over
here.
So
there.
you rather have regular dough crusts than just
Well-
like pancake batter?
I'm not eating pizza for breakfast though. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but, like,
I'm
you-
down for a breakfast pizza, but it sounds like you still got some figuring some stuff out.
No,
yeah,
I'm
we
saying
just like crack an egg
it's-
on that
all
bad
right.
boy, throw a piece of
So,
bacon, throw some hash
instead of-
browns.
instead of using
all
the
day.
regular like dough, like the rising dough, you're using pizza. I mean,
Rising
pancake
dough?
batter, pancake batter. Like
Would that work?
yeah, you
I like the
You are-
sinking dough. Like you have dough, then you cook it and it's just gone.
It disappears in your whatever you're cooking it on.
Well, I
That's
just
the
had a
best.
Your
Ryzen,
griddle.
like a CPU,
Flat
a
top.
Ryzen,
Ryzen dough.
pizza.
I like that Intel dough.
Like, it's like computing
Core
power
9.
that pizza has.
but like even the like for McDonald's, the McGriddles, they're not bad. Like I thought they weren't gonna be
Just
that
slap
great.
a slice of pizza on them.
See, he told
So
us he
you're gonna
wanted
take
to
a
talk
pizza
about
and
food,
just
and
throw
he's
it
he's,
on.
he's talking about food.
All right, so interesting fact.
Did you go in?
McDonald's used to actually serve pizza,
They did,
but
yeah.
it was taking so
Really?
long to
Yep.
the point that they just stopped.
Fun
When was
fact.
that?
Fun
I didn't know
fact for
that.
all of you.
In fact,
That's fun
a
for
while,
me. I
a
didn't
while
know
ago.
that.
no. Well, I was looking up because I was actually watching Founders,
Was
which
it in,
is
like our
like a
lifetime
documentary
or before? Like,
before. It's like in the
Oh, right.
'90s.
Oh,
Trust me,
okay,
there was
okay.
so many things
Before-
that
that's
McDonald's
our
made.
lifetime.
well, that's you. Well,
Yeah.
not me. You guys, 'cause
That's
you're
the
old.
90s.
Like they try to make an adult meal, like
Ooh, yeah.
you know how they have kids meal. They had
It's
an
like
adult meal
dildos in
for
it. Like the
Yeah.
toy was a dildo.
I was gonna
it
say
was a
that.
You
vibrator
want,
for
you want
like
a girl
a
toy or a boy
It's a-
toy?
Like, oh, here,
Scantily
you want
clad
you want this
Happy
adult
Meal.
meal? Adult Happy Meal? Like, hell yeah.
No, but
Happy ending meal.
if you really
Happy
want to know
ending
about
meal.
more
The
of
boy
the,
toy is like a fleshlight or something.
but if you really want to know more about, into the like how McDonald's ran, like how it began, watch Founders. It's actually a pretty good movie. I actually watched it on Netflix. It's really good.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Then
It's a little fucked
no
up, but-
sponsors here. No sponsors.
Yeah.
Name dropping.
No, I'm documentary. Like
You're documenting.
Yeah.
What?
what?
What does that
Documentary.
mean? I'm documenting.
All right. All right.
Back
All right,
to
you got-
something.
All right.
Breakfast
Mexican
pizza
food.
place. Mexican.
All right. I think we killed that question. I'm gonna take you guys on a
Okay.
little journey here first.
All right.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. Are we getting high?
I'm gonna get to my question, but we're gonna bring you.
Take prep
I'm
first.
gonna bring you.
I'd like to go
gonna get you there.
someday.
So we've all
We're
had
gonna
grapes,
watch this journey.
right? We've all had
I love
grapes,
grapes.
right?
No,
Yeah.
never.
Everyone
had
can agree a grape is like a pretty solid fruit.
Yep.
Right.
Green
I know
grapes.
where you're going. I already know where you're going.
Well, you probably
Green
don't know where I'm
grapes
going to
win.
end, but you probably know how I'm starting it.
I have an idea.
Everyone likes grapes. Grapes is a solid fruit, probably in the top 3 of most people's favorite fruit. It's delicious.
And what?
Granny Smith apples.
Why
No.
do they call a grapefruit a grapefruit?
It's not what I thought you were gonna say.
There is grapes, and they are fruit.
There's
And then there's a new thing, very different. It's like a fucking orange, and they're gonna call it a grapefruit. Why is
Well,
that?
you
Why?
see-
Why is that a thing?
mm.
Without
I'm just
looking it
gonna do a
up.
quick-
Without looking it up.
Naming?
Google.
No, no,
I'm
no, no.
gonna-
naming is.
Well,
no,
did you
hold on,
already,
hold
did
on,
you already
hold on,
find that
hold
out? Do you know the
No,
answer?
I'm
to
gonna
that?
look up-
I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer.
I'm gonna
Oh.
look up what a grapefruit looks like because
You don't know what a
I'm
grapefruit
kinda,
is?
That's
That's
cheating.
not-
It's
off
like
the top of my
it's like
head.
an orange. It's a little bit brighter than orange, but it's the same structure where it's like the hard outside with like the slices on the inside, but at the inside it's like pink and it's like really like bitter. But they're big.
I don't. Well, I feel like that's a weird question because like
That is a
naming
weird
isn't
question.
always.
That's
looking
not
at it
that's
every-
not my ultimate question, but like
No, I know. But I'm
That's
saying
like-
like naming in general, you can always find something that's like why the hell is that called that? Like regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
Or
For somebody who doesn't know what a grapefruit
that-
looks like.
oh, there you go.
is what was like found first? Maybe a
And,
grapefruit
really
and
say
at
was
that.
first,
found
it's
before
not
a
the
grape
greatest
was.
thing you can eat. Like
What?
off the bat, you gotta get used to it.
Regardless of what you eat it, whichever one came first, whoever
Yeah.
named the second thing,
Yeah.
like why did we
Wrong.
let that happen?
I don't
right?
know.
That's
Fucking
stupid.
Scott.
Well, yeah, like anything like that, like you said, just dumb names. It's like who came up with that and why is it like?
It looks like an
agreed upon?
orange. You just call it like
I don't know.
A
something
grape
orange.
orange. A grape orange.
But like I don't know. So that
A
got me.
pink orange. There you go.
So that got me thinking of like Tim said, like just the idea of like naming things, or like naming things is very strange. Like who
Stupid.
has the authority? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because there's such things as like you invented it,
Whoever
you get to
whoever
call it
invents
whatever. But for things that are just kind of like found, it's kind of strange. So that got me
Mm.
thinking even further, thinking back to like, okay,
Grapes.
what's like the ultimate thing like that's named? It's like it's people, right? So like a long time ago, last names were created, right?
Yeah.
People had like names,
Left.
and then they're like, oh, there's too many names, so now we need to add a last name, kind of like a phone number. It's like too many phone numbers, let's add an area code. So it's like now that we have people with like first, last names, middle names, fucking 3 times 50 middle names. If you know, some people have like crazy long names. Like, do you think that we'll ever get away from the human like naming convention that we have now?
No.
That's my question.
It started out with grapes.
Yeah.
And
What the
then- and then it-
Why did they
Not
call
where
it
I thought it was
grapefruit?
gonna end
Fucking
either.
grapefruit.
That's not where I
And
thought. you
will
were
we
gonna go
ever
with it.
get away from like first, middle, last? Like, will there either be like a mandated third or fourth
like a number?
thing,
Oh.
or yeah, like that's an alternate like part of that is like, will it ever like right now it's like you have to have a first and last name. Middle name's like kind of whatever. Will middle name ever be like required, or like will we get to like some sort of weird like numbering system? Like yeah, you can be like
I don't
a
think
junior
so.
or
Brian
whatever.
Goodwin #1.
Orange one.
Well, I
That's what I
don't
meant.
think
Like
so,
you
'cause
can be like
I feel like
number 2 or 3 based on like your family, but if there's like 2, Brian Goodwins or something, like is that gonna be like you physically
Well, there
are
already is.
number 8?
There probably how many people probably already do
Yeah.
have the same name as you though? I don't
That's what I
think
meant,
it's
like,
that big of an
I don't
issue.
know,
I don't
like-
think it's a problem.
I know.
I
I
don't
just
think
I
feel
wanna
it's
be
an issue
number
that needs
eight,
to be
though.
addressed.
as like
Probably-
societal and governments
What?
and stuff change, like in the
Probably hate
future,
myself.
do you think
I
it's
they can't.
it'll
override
that
that.
concept will ever change?
Probably not.
It's like calling Apple Jacks when there's
What?
no apples in it.
No, it's not what we're talking about.
Well, they like
What
kinda
were you
taste,
saying, Brian?
They kind of taste
I
like
couldn't
apples.
hear you.
I don't remember anymore.
I don't know.
Cinnamon toast.
Oh, I said if I was Brian Goodwin #8, I'd probably hate myself because I'd want to be #1.
Yeah, but number 1 might be
Anyways.
like fucking 130
But it doesn't
years
matter.
old.
I don't think it's like I understand what you're saying, but I think that it just doesn't matter enough that it wouldn't you wouldn't need to. So like no one's gonna put in the effort of trying to
Yeah.
create a system or whatever they do to do it because I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's like a
Alright.
problem.
Yeah.
Like if there's not like a massive problem that comes from names, like no one's gonna change it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's like my initial thought too. And I think I don't know, like I was watching like a I think it might have been gameplay from like that Cyberpunk video. So like, let's say in the future when you get to like a crazy digital age where there's like one company that like overtakes like the freaking government. You know what I mean? So instead of having like some like governments of multi things, you have like this company that like is like running the entire world, and like everyone has like technology in them, and like that company is that technology. Like they invented that technology. So then, like, to them, everybody is like some sort of serial number or something.
Well,
so
that
like,
makes sense.
the company then refers to everybody by their numbers, and people might still refer to each other by their names, but does it
It
eventually
would be
get
like
to-
your initials and then a bunch of numbers after, like
Yeah, so, like-
BG, whatever.
Yeah.
like does it take
that's
like
what-
yeah, that makes sense. In that scenario, yeah.
like in that scenario, like you end up just becoming some sort of like ID thing, and like
So
I don't know.
yeah.
just on that subject, like right now, like usernames for most of the games, they don't go by just the username. Like for example, like John Doe, it'll just be like John Doe 101 or John Doe 120. They just go by numbers at the end instead of going by the
Well,
name itself.
I guess.
The reason they do that is because somebody already has just the regular John Doe,
Yeah.
so you can't copy that again.
Yeah, but
No,
that
but
that's
that's what it is now.
But that's in the concept of a single source, meaning like that game in their source of information. So like obviously like in the world,
Like an
it doesn't matter because there's no
algorithm.
single source of like we have all the names. You know what I mean? Like, so like I guess it probably would take like some sort of takeover of this massive company for it to like
Yeah.
happen. I guess, but
Like we never, honestly, we never even had area codes back in the day, and now we have to introduce that to the world.
yeah, like I remember when phone numbers didn't have the first
Yeah.
3 digits. You know what I mean? Like I remember when
I
that like
don't.
became a thing, and it's like I don't know.
we're old.
Well,
I don't know. It was just interesting. Like
It's so weird when we
thinking
add
about
area
thinking
codes.
about like naming things and like those people's like because people
I
complain
thought-
about last names. It's like someone eventually like created a last name. Like is someone
well-
eventually just gonna be like, oh, now we have this new thing, and like everyone has to have a new thing, and everyone can create what they want, and like I don't know, like maybe that will never happen. But
So what if they implement something like that? Like now you have to call your kid. If they have the same name, they will have numbers at the end. Would you do that?
well, it's already
Like, would
kind of a
that be
thing, right?
Like, oh yeah,
It's the second.
Tom
the third.
Smith is now Tom
So
Smith
your
12.
family has like an area code. So like
Yeah.
Brian Goodwin 978, and like all the people in the Goodwins will have 978 at the end of their name, or
Yeah.
all of the Vassars or Karens or Diaz would have like your own whatever area code
That's
at the end
true.
of your name.
Yeah, if we ever like lose like if the government ever crumbles and we get like this weird like multi like structured like
Digits.
apocalyptic thing where it's like no, I guess not apocalyptic, but if like if you see like in those movies where like there's no more government and like little like areas pop up.
It's like districts.
yeah, like kind of like districts, I guess, yeah. Like and within that district you would be like, oh, District
Yeah,
1
you'd be
Brian Goodwin
associated with
type
that.
of thing. So like I could
What,
I mean
like
that's
games?
that's a possibility if like government crumbles and like multi-divisional things pop up. Like I could
Yeah.
you could definitely be associated with where you're from, and that would be like little mini countries within a larger country. That
Like I can see that happening. Like just because there's so many people out there that have the same name, and then at the point like you can actually use that name in different country and get away with that same name.
See, even in that situation, though, I still don't think it matters.
that's it. Like, at the end of the day, it probably doesn't matter. I don't know. It's just
I mean,
interesting to
like,
think about.
Who
Yeah.
cares? Like, if everyone's name, you could have like 1,000 people with the same name. It like doesn't really matter.
I mean, the only problem is like, yeah, you say like, "Oh, hey, John," and like a million people turn around. It's like, well, nothing's
Yeah.
wrong with that. It's just confusing,
Yeah.
but it's nothing
Like, cause like you know who you are, and your friends know who you are, so it doesn't matter if anyone else knows who you are or what
True.
your name is. You know what I mean?
I mean,
So, like,
I
to
guess
some
it
extent,
would
doesn't matter.
kind of help like to have a number or something at the end of your like a family name, kind of like I was saying before. So if you meet somebody with the same last name, if you want to know if you're related to them or not, you just check their like area code.
Yeah.
You know,
Guess. But
It'd be
then
much easier
who
for
would be
matchmaking.
assigning that? No, like,
oh,
yeah.
you're not the Goodwin 978. You're a Goodwin 463, whatever.
Yeah, but like
I guess.
But like Tim said, is that like who's assigning it? Is that like the government doing it, or like are you choosing
Yeah,
your
like,
own?
who-
You're like,
then-
oh, I'm Brian Goodwin, fucking XXX. Like,
yeah,
you know
like
what I
how
mean?
do they
Like-
know who's related to
like what
everybody?
they would have
Yeah.
to be like control around it, or it would just
Like
get like,
ancestry.com needs to be like naming people.
yeah, like because then it gets
Can you
weird.
imagine that
because-
using a username to call each other or something
More diggle dude.
like Poop and McBoop?
Then you could change your name to that legally if you want.
Yeah, there you go.
Change
you
your
can
name to
already
Bloopy
do that
McDoo.
now. Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying. You could just do that.
No, just
Oh,
like the whole
man.
like concept of name is just so like so weird. It's like
I'm gonna
Like-
go legally change my name to Wet McNasty.
Yeah, there you go. No, it's
Yeah.
possible. You know, like now it's like everyone's overpopulating with the same names over and over. Like, so a lot of people are trying to make up their own thing, and just so they could be different from everyone else. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was gonna mention that earlier too. Like, I get that, like when people come up with like original names, but sometimes it's just like
just stupid. Yeah.
Like, it's not like
yeah.
a name. It's like a thing, like
Just like,
something
um,
else, and they just call the person
Just
that.
like Elon Musk, like how he
Oh, yeah,
came up with
that's
his.
like- that's a whole nother category. That's like he's taking it to a whole nother level. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of people that come up with names as like, oh, but it's unique. And it's like, well, again, like don't really care. Even if your kid's name is like Bob Smith, like he's
Like,
still gonna
oh,
be
man, my
a
kid's
normal
name is Diarrhea.
person, even if he has a fairly common name. I don't know. I mean, there probably like everyone says like John Smith or Bob Smith. Like there probably is no
Yeah.
John Smiths anymore because everyone's like, oh, that's the most common name.
Exactly.
Like that's probably the rarest name
name's
right now.
Let's say names like come and go too. Like what's popular?
Yeah,
It's like a it's like a time thing. Yeah, it's kind of weird because like this old like this some names you just hear it and you're like, oh, that's like an old name. Like nobody like it's a weird name. But they fade out and they come back and they become popular again, which is a weird thing.
Like, yeah, what
It's
you
like
hear,
trends.
like what we hear now that might sound weird. Like our kids would be like, "Oh, I named my kid fucking Squabble," and that's like super common
Scramble.
to them.
At least that's like a made up name though. Like I hate people that name their kids like objects and like other things that are already a thing.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
square couch, get over here.
Yeah, like like Apple. Like who was that? The name that
Hey,
kid Apple?
Soggy McPizza, come
It's
over
like
here.
some
Like, why are you gonna-
celebrity. Celebrities
Like why are
are
you
the
gonna
worst.
make it Apple? That's stupid. It's not a name. It's
Yeah.
a thing. Like an apple is a fruit. That's not a name. It's an
Come
apple.
here, grapefruit.
Like squabbles would be
Hey,
freaking better because squabbles
stovetop
isn't a thing.
refrigerator, get back in the living
Yeah,
room.
like it's like I'd rather make up some gibberish name than like call him something else. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I get what
I
you're
thought
saying.
what
All right.
you're going with the grapes. I thought you were gonna say was why does it like grape flavored things doesn't taste like a grape? Like that's what you were gonna
No,
what
honestly,
you're
I
gonna
thought,
go
was-
to.
I thought Scott
I
was
don't
going
know
to
why.
go for like what different flavors you want because they're already gone through like grape cotton candy flavor, which I've never tried yet.
What? For what? What are you
Like,
talking about?
like you could actually get like different flavor grape,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
of the
like
grape,
cotton
yeah.
candy.
Yeah, they like infuse the grapes with
Yeah, it's
Flavor.
weird.
grape candy, cotton.
grape flavored
Like,
grapes.
like for me, I'm really big on like spices, and they have incorporated different
Spicy
infusions
grapes.
with spices.
Uh,
Like Ghost is not the top. There are actually more different
Yeah.
spicy levels than just Ghost pepper.
yeah.
What's the thing?
Like
It's all
California
like
Reaper.
it's like not, when you think of cloning, it's not like putting a sheep in a machine, two sheeps pop out. It's like they use
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that method of to like they just keep reiterating this grape, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, like that's how seedless grapes became a thing. Like they just like use like
Mhm.
science to like keep like growing. Then they like produce one and like, oh, it's a fake grape, but it tastes like a grape. Like it's a real grape. They just like the way they set up the seeds and all that stuff. And eventually they were like, oh, this one's kind of like tastes kind of
It's
like
like-
cotton candy.
it's
Huh?
like-
They're like, oh, that's
It
weird.
was like yeah, it's like forcing that like
Yeah, like the
mutation.
yeah,
or,
it's like yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of like a
the
forced
general
mutation.
structure
Or
of it.
evolution.
But it's not.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
like a
like
forced-
it's not like genetically modified. You know what I mean?
No,
Like they didn't
yeah.
do or inject anything. It's just like the way they grew the
Yeah.
seed and the conditions. So then like the whole cotton candy thing was like almost an accident. They were like they wanted to try to like make it sweeter, make it taste better, and then like this certain batch of like thousands of batches, they were like, oh man, this like kind of tastes like cotton candy. So they like freaking wrote it down, tried it again, replicated it, and they were like, oh my god, we just figured out how to make like cotton candy flavored grapes. And it's like it's really
Like-
cool, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we were going
So,
with that.
like right,
topic.
like right
I
now,
don't know what we're talking about.
for
so.
me,
They're delicious, by the way.
Pringles. For now, for me, like
Never had
Pringles
one.
is the one that like has
Pringles.
done Pringles.
Pringles.
Pringles
For me,
has done so
Pringles.
many different flavors at this point. Like, I feel like they're running out of ideas. Like Pringles.
Pringles.
For me, Pringles lately haven't been doing it. I had Pringles the other day, and I was just like, eh, they just weren't.
No, they have done like cheeseburger.
Well, that's different.
and,
That's
like,
that's
not like
literally
earthquake
like they're
burger.
creating
Jesus Christ.
something that tastes like
Flavor.
something else. It's not like it's
yeah,
been
junk food.
produced.
It's
like-
junk food. It's gross.
All right, let's get something that's something new. What do you feel like that can be infused with, like a new object that
Plastic.
you feel like
What?
like
New
like
object?
apples? Like apples can be infused with like orange.
French
like tastes
fries.
like a Okay, that's just weird.
Well, I mean, if we're talking like
Potato and
realistically,
apple.
I can see them.
Yeah.
I can see like the farming and agriculture like departments and areas working to make things better for you. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
there's some fruit that's like it has nutrients, but it's just like a ton of sugar and stuff. And it's like, oh, even an apple, it's like apple's good for you, but like really, apple has like
Lots,
a lot of
yeah.
natural sugar. So like
Yeah.
you know, even certain vegetables, like they, you know, guaranteed someone out there is trying to like grow broccoli that like tastes
Dude,
tastes a
imagine
little bit
broccoli
different.
tasting. Yeah, there you go. Like, I was
You know
going
what I mean?
that
Like
way.
I know people like broccoli now, but you know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
sure there's people out there trying to make like vegetables taste like, you know, sweeter or
Better.
something saltier or something so people like them.
Yeah.
So if we're talking realistic wise, I can see that like us pushing like like eggplants will be like they'll taste better and they'll be even healthier for you in the future versus now it's like, oh, if you don't like an eggplant, you know,
But then they're
Whatever,
going to be
so-
10 times
Eggplant?
more expensive, and nobody's going to
Say
ever
egg-
buy them.
You say eggplant?
egg pants.
Eggplant.
The ones that come
No,
in
they-
the one,
Eggpants.
they come in the Pringles can.
Eggpants and Pringles.
Triangles.
Come on down to Brian's bar. You got eggplants and Pringles.
Eggplants, Pringles, hey.
You know, actually, it
Get
would be
that
good
pork
to
burger.
to add Pringles to a burger. That'd be pretty cool.
Dude, it's
right?
Pringles. There's an I. It's
Pringles.
Pringles.
I'm Spanish. It's half. It's just
I don't
weird how
know.
I
I
say
don't
think
think-
things.
I don't
Spanish
think that's
people
the
do
thing.
that.
It's like how I say
I think
mine.
that's like a Christian
Like
thing.
how you guys say mine, I say mines because it's a Spanish thing that we always do.
I'll
It's
take
weird.
That's
It's how I grew up. So screw you guys.
Yeah, but Pringles.
Yeah, Pringles. You're like changing a
just-
vowel.
that's
you're,
like a
not, you're not
Western-
making
You're
it
just
plural.
mispronouncing it.
The plural,
It's like-
the plural thing I've seen with like you
Yeah.
know different
Hey,
the different
it's
languages.
the way I
it's
grew
like,
up. That's all I can say. Like Chiwiz, we call it Chiwi.
Well, it's cheese.
Well, that's just like a. You didn't even say it right the first time.
Hey,
Yeah, but yeah,
No,
that's
well,
just like
that's
a nickname.
that's like a
though. That's
slang
nickname.
abbreviation though.
Yeah, that's
but
just
that,
fine.
this is the thing. That's
Chiwiz.
how I grew up. Like,
Well, and that's,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not saying
that's
that's
fine.
wrong. Everyone has like
Yeah,
weird
that's
names
fine.
for things.
It's just Pringles. It's just that's
Yeah,
just
Pringles.
Pringles is not
pronouncing
like
it wrong.
you literally like you're saying the whole thing. Like you're not making it
You
easier.
guys.
You're just
You're
changing.
not calling them
it.
like
Yeah.
prick prangs. Like if you said, "Oh,
Pringles.
prick prangs," that'd be something
Yeah.
that's fine. But
oh my god, I hate you
Pringles.
guys.
Pringles
Chris is like, oh, he just leaves the chat.
disconnects. Pringles.
Okay.
Pringles.
So-
Makes me every time.
I sort of came up with this topic as we were speaking because I had
Oh.
one before, but I didn't feel like it was going to be that good. And I don't know if this one's going to be that good either, but it might be funny. So, anyways,
You always set yourself
The
up
four-
for failure. Just go after
Yeah,
it.
dude, just
the
talk.
four of us, right?
Pringles.
We walk into this room. It's probably this guy the size of like, I don't know, Scott, like your dining room, size of that little room there.
Okay.
And we have to fight to the death, the four of us. Who's going to win?
Jesus.
Scott.
What? like, I
Probably
was,
Scott or Brian.
What? What's going on?
Like
Well,
just like
you have- you have-
in a
you have
room,
to
like
give an
just,
answer.
just with like our
There's-
hands
yeah,
and feet.
there's
and
just
stuff?
like bare
you
hands.
can
like,
use
no
your whatever's around the
objects.
room, but you can't like.
Honestly, I could just use a table.
I'll say then it becomes like ganging
I
up
can
on
bring
people
with
because if
objects
it's like
with me.
if we all go in there and like 3-on-1, like that one stands literally no like no chance.
Yeah.
So who wins? Like who's gonna be the one? Who's
well,
gonna?
who do
be
we
the first one
who do
up?
we hate the most? Should we
I
take a
was-
vote? Who we gonna?
Oh,
we
you
have to
guys
gang
gotta
up
choose
on
me.
somebody.
Wait, what's him?
I said we have to gang up on somebody.
Somebody. It's got to be one person in
Well,
the
we
end
can't.
that lives.
You can't
No, I'm
fight
saying-
4 people all at once. Like you can only fight one person
Yeah,
at a
no,
time.
it's-
If we're
yeah,
all
we're
just
all
like
just- it's-
punching 2 different people at the same
Yeah.
time, like we're all
It's gonna, no, we're
all
all
just
gonna
running
like,
there like
it's
this.
gonna cartoon. We're all gonna jump into a pile and just gonna be like
The
smoke.
4 of us just jump and
like-
all clash heads and just fall down.
Yeah, we're all just gonna be.
Yeah, you kind of have to like
Chris-
one-on-ones
Chris is dead
or
already.
you have to one-on-ones
Well,
or
yeah, I would say it would
2v2s
be
or
like
3v1s.
It would be like it's like a tournament. It would be a 2-on-2, and then the winner. A
But how do,
1v1, and then
how do you
another
decide who
1v1
faces
after.
who? Like
A
you're
4
just gonna like the first person you look at, like all right, you're fucking
I don't
dead.
know.
What's the thing? A 4-way free for all. You gotta like.
Why are we
you gotta
fighting?
stay specific.
Why are we fighting?
Oh,
in
so
the first
I thought it
place?
was someone included in the for free for all. What's
What?
going?
What?
What?
Pringles.
Are we trying to murder each other? What's
Okay,
going
here.
on?
Smash
Yeah.
a
Alright,
triangle over somebody's
All right,
head.
I'm gonna
Why
add
are we
to
doing
Brian's very vague death match. All right. So let's say here's a friendship question here for you. Let's
Oh,
say
God.
we're all like at a concert, we're having a good time. On the way
Oh.
home, we're all a little tipsy. Some guy,
Oh,
all
God,
4 of
that's
us get
dangerous.
pulled into a van. Boom, we're drugged.
Ooh.
We wake up
Yeah.
in a freaking
Wow.
ditch. The ditch is 20 feet down, straight walls. Same thing. It's like a 12 by 12 ditch, but you can't climb up. Impossible to climb up. We tried
20 feet.
20 feet down. We try to
does
like
that?
boost each other up. We're just stuck in the hole. Guy comes at the top. Bunch of people
Oh.
surround the hole. They got a bunch of friggin' assault rifles pointed
Oh.
down. They said
Who are we using as a shield?
one person can get out of the hole if the other three are dead, or we kill all four of
Whoa.
you.
Well, I mean, I'd rather one person stay alive,
I'm still
right?
saying, yeah, I'm still
So-
saying Brian or Scott. Is,
Well, no.
I'm still saying.
Okay,
that.
but no, I'm not. The question isn't who would win. The question is what
no,
would
I
you
know,
do?
but I'm still saying Brian or Scott would be the.
Wait,
my
so the
choice for
turnout
the
is
person to live.
it has to be one person, right?
So yeah, the
Yeah,
four
or all
you
four
would have
of
to make a
us.
decision. Do you want to just let yourself die and not fight back or whatever, and let one of the other three people out of the hole, or are you gonna
Well-
fight to be the person that gets to survive?
No, I'll probably just die.
I'd just probably die at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
Are we gonna just
I
make?
think-
Are we gonna
I
make
don't
a
think it's
pack
shot.
and
I
just
think me and
die as
Scott
a
would
group?
like-
like just end it quick.
It's
Just end
Brian
it
or
right
Scott.
here.
I think
Yeah.
me and Scott would end up fighting then.
It's
Yeah.
Brian and Scott.
Dude, just,
feel like-
just end it right here.
Oh, see, this question's gonna get hard because then I was like, oh, I can't really just like let myself die with our family at home.
Exactly.
Well, that's why.
So me and
that's why
Brian-
I would
me
let
and
myself
Brian-
die.
That's
what I'm saying.
It'd be
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's
it'd
why
be
I
like
said,
such a
'cause me,
sad
I
fight.
don't- I mean,
Christian and Tim were just on the side
we'd be,
eating
crying during the
Pringles,
fight.
and me and Brian are fighting because like we have to. They're like, we like one of us kills the others. Are like, and you guys are both just sitting on the side like eating Pringles, and we're just like, oh shit, now I gotta
Yeah.
fight you
It'd
guys.
be such a sad fight.
oh, I'm just opting out because I'm not gonna fight one of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
it,
don't
bro.
want to do this, Scott, and then I punch you, and then you punch me, and then
Yeah,
just
Brian,
killing each other.
what a way to divide this friendship here. Get the
Yeah,
fuck
why are you
out of
doing
here
that?
with
That was
this
a good
question.
question.
Honestly, it'll be you two just because you have family.
That's why I said.
but all right. So now we got to get back to the original question, though. It's a four-way. Who's
And
got-
just in Scott's kitchen.
I don't think that was the
I'm
original
railing
question.
Tim from
I
behind.
still don't get it. Like, what's going
Who's
on?
gonna
Like, I
win?
thought there was someone included in
Fight
this.
to the death. One
All I
person-
can think of though, he said the room the size of Scott's dining room, but all I thought was just us four walking into Scott's dining room and then fighting for them.
Yeah. Like, fuck this.
Like, yo,
Scott,
Tim's
fuck
gonna be
you.
so
Alright,
fun. And we close the
So-
door, we're
so
just like,
I'll change the scenario a little bit. So you guys know the movie Saw, right?
Okay, I knew you were gonna go with that.
So
that was kind of like my scenario.
He captures us and he puts us into a little room, and he says, "Let's play a game. One of you will win, but you have to kill each
pretty
other. Who's gonna win?"
So yeah, basically, so one person
That's the
can
same
win. Same scenario.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
person can win, or we all die, right? Because at the end, like he's gonna gas us or something.
Yeah, he's gonna or we're just gonna starve to death or something. Like, I mean, what are you
So
gonna do?
I don't know. I mean, honestly,
There's a lot of ways.
Depending
we could
on-
go. Like,
depending
who's
on the
gonna
way
be-
to die, I
Who's
would
gonna
s-
be the first one to break? Who's gonna be the first one to throw a punch? Like,
I would say we probably
it
have
only-
a
Punching someone to death would be terrible.
Oh, that's a hard. That's like
There's
I don't
no
even know
other,
if I could
there's
do
no
that.
methods of just
Unless that
killing
person
one
like
another.
murdered my whole family. I don't think I could like cold blood somebody.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
but like you have to.
And it's your
survive or
like
you
your
die,
best
you know?
I
friend.
can't just like snap my own neck, but I don't think I can do that.
It's like it's like your best friend too. It's just like, why are you doing this?
At this point, just hit my head against the wall or something. Just
That's what I'm trying to think of.
Choke,
Like,
choke
we
the
just-
life out of your best friend.
we're just in an empty room. Like, there's no way to just end it quickly.
So you're saying we're gonna eat each other alive?
You can't like.
I would say
There's no
we.
windows, so you can't jump out and like suicide or anything like that.
I would say the four of us have to team up at least until we're close to like whatever imminent
Yeah.
event is,
Try
and
to
try
get
to
out
try to
first.
do something.
All right, you guys are terrible. So
Well,
we got like 2 minutes
and then
before
drop
he's
him on
gonna
his
gas
head.
us. All right, who's gonna fucking win? I need an answer.
All right, well, Brian is pretty aggressive right now, so I'm saying we 3-on-1 Brian, and then
Wow.
and then me, Tim, and Christian, try to figure a way out of this, and then
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you let me try to figure a way out?
Because
of
you
it?
just said we couldn't.
because
You just got angry when we tried to do it.
the guy's like, he says the whole thing, and Brian's like, fucking starts like just beating the shit out of us. We're like, bro, you didn't even try to get out.
Right, the first one to throw a swing.
Yeah, we're like, whoa, there's like a door right there. Like he's just like choking us all out.
You're not figuring this out.
We're like, oh, you wanted this.
All right, so who's the last one standing?
Oh my God.
I mean,
Come on.
and everyone is
Scott.
gonna, say themselves, right? Like, because you're gonna.
I would
I
just
was
say
gonna say
Scott.
Scott and Brian.
Honestly, I would say
Yeah.
Scott would be more the survivalist right there. Like he would do anything.
I mean, I don't
I
know.
just probably wouldn't try in between.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even try. At
Like,
this
and
point,
it's like
Scott,
in a survival situation versus like other people.
That's the thing. Like, I feel
might
like I don't
try,
know.
but,
Like,
in that situation.
yeah, like in a situation like I would definitely do whatever. But it's like, if you guys just like, just kill me. I'm like, I'm not gonna kill you. It's like a
But then you would
super-
die if you didn't kill them. So
Yeah, I'll just let you kill me.
That's a super morbid question, Brian.
yeah.
would you
Yeah,
just
fuck
keep like
that.
banging your head
Damn,
off the wall
bro,
till you
it's like-
died?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way to like just kill myself.
Wow.
I tried to create some controversy here, you know.
I like.
We
I
got-
like trying
trying
to
to
like
We
separate-
go from like
hang
creating,
myself
boys.
with egg pants.
creating our own restaurants to like,
like,
like
murdering each
who
other
would
and
who would,
killing
each other.
who would survive in a
Bored with the
fucking death
bored with
match?
the boys death match.
Prangles.
Eating
Egg
Prangles.
pants.
It's like winner gets his
Prang-
can of Prangles.
Prangles.
How bored really are you guys? You want to play a game?
Yeah, it's a game to play.
Bored with the boys.
Yikes.
He gives us 1 2x4. He's like, "Here's your board. Figure
There's a
it out."
2x4 in the center of the room. First one to get the 2x4 has an advantage in the fight.
We could use the 2x4 to break out.
So in that case, it would probably be Tim or Scott because you're the faster.
Yeah, but
The
I
four
wouldn't
of
try.
us.
I don't think.
Okay, so
I don't think
Scott-
anyone
I
would
guess, like,
try.
So I guess the final answer would be Scott wins because you're just gonna 3v1 me and then you're just gonna let Scott win the whole
I'm
thing.
just gonna sit there in the
Or-
corner,
Or
cry.
if none of us decide to fight each other,
We all die.
Tim and I would be the first to go from starvation.
Ooh,
You and Christian
Yeah.
got a little.
Fattest.
You and Christian got a little extra,
I like
Body
Brian.
line.
Just
little
do it.
extra body to survive an extra
Eat
day.
itself.
I know Brian's gonna eat me anyways.
So if we go,
I'm like,
if we
turn
go with the
around, I'm
friendship
like, Brian's
route,
like gnawing on
I
me.
feel
I'm like,
like-
what the fuck, Brian?
Tim would be the first to go because he would just starve first. I think.
I don't know though. I feel like I've gotten days without not eating for no reason at all. So I've trained myself my whole life for that.
Drinking your own piss.
No.
Tim just like puts himself through like torturous situations for no
Yeah.
reason.
just to prepare for a 4-way death
You
match.
gotta be ready for anything.
He's like, I don't even know when me and my 4 friends are gonna get
I'm
put
already
in a death
mentally
match.
and physically prepared for this. I can self-hydrate.
Yeah, drink your own piss, right?
No, I just,
Just recycle.
concentrate hard enough.
Just fucking recycle.
I can concentrate hard enough to
Collect your sweat.
make moisture appear in the air and drink it.
Collect your sweat.
Look at the floor. Look at the fungus.
Fungus.
Well, collecting your sweat's just like drinking your piss, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
yeah,
I'll
but
be
it's not
sitting there
piss,
trying to
though. It's
live,
like,
and just like Christian will just be opening up a can of Pringles, like, what'd you get that? And you just eat them.
He's like, what do we do, guys? He's eating them. Like, what the hell?
there's one can of Pringles I've hidden in the room.
I would kill everyone.
Yeah, once food's involved, Christian's just gonna go
This is
berserk.
done.
His eyes go red. And he
That's a
just,
Pringle.
Pringles. What's a Pringles? Where's that Chewy?
you can smell that.
Choose them, swear.
Ah! Some of that chewy you put on top of a Pringle. Good to go. It's a fucking
That's game.
3-course meal.
It's over.
Fucking chewy.
Chewy.
Cheese whiz. God damn it.
Chewy. Chewy. I
Wow,
feel like that's the
that's,
name of
uh,
something
Like-
else already.
All right, so we say, you guys say Nesquik. We say Nesquik.
That's
just
the
an
same
accent.
thing. Yeah, that's the same thing. That's not.
That's not normal. That's fine.
That's
That's
just like
quick.
an accent.
If you say like
No,
Nest
it's-
Quack, that's different.
Yeah, that's adding a whole different letter.
Give me some of that Nest Quack. Yeah, like
I'm trying
an
to think of what
accent
this
is,
is.
is
You say
normal,
it
and that's
differently.
fine. It's when you start
No, it's
changing
just my
letters.
boss got so pissed at me when I was saying mines. Well, that's mines. He's like, you mean mine? I'm like, yeah, whatever I said. And he would get so
I mean, that's-
mad
you-
at me.
I mean, in normal language, that is the wrong like tense.
I
of
know,
the
I
word,
know. I just
so.
fuck around with him.
Yeah, like
I don't think you fuck around. I think that's just who you are.
Triangles.
Yeah, there's a difference of like you're
Triangles.
just physically saying the wrong thing, or you're saying like
Chewy
some
and-
slang thing.
I know, I know. That's mines. You mean mine? Yeah,
Like little-
that's what I said.
Little kids say that.
Yeah.
Christian, why did you do a shot before this?
Because he's all out of Nesquik.
That's Pringles and chewy.
And Chewy.
That's his fucking
Uh,
daily intake.
Dude, that's his restaurant right there. That's what he serves.
That's the name of the
Chewy.
restaurant. Nesquik, Prangles, and Kiwi.
Chewy.
Chewy.
Pringles.
For breakfast.
For breakfast, yeah. You
On
drink
pizza.
up that Nesquik, put some Prangles, some
Nesquik
Chewy.
pizza. Prangle pizza.
You guys never had warm milk with sugar?
With
What?
sugar? Dude, there's already a bunch of sugar in milk.
I never had.
You
Why would
just
you-
dump sugar in milk?
Was
Yeah,
that like
add
was
sugar.
that like your mom trying to make you like a milkshake?
Well, it actually helps go to sleep.
Well, no,
The
like warm
sugar?
milk. I know
Sugar
people
helps
do
you
that.
Sugar is
Sugar
not gonna help you
Milk
go to
with
sleep.
sugar kind of gives.
Sugar
I don't
is
know.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it was actually pretty
It's
good.
definitely a myth.
I mean, I've heard like warm
I-
milk, but that's just like
Yeah,
honestly,
but
I think
don't know why you'd
if
add
your
sugar.
stomach is full, like you're probably tired as shit.
Your stomach.
If your stomach, if
No
your
one can
stomach is
talk.
the full,
Stoic.
That's just what Scott calls it, a tummic.
my
Stomach.
stomach
Sweet
needs
stomach.
more sugary milk.
Baby talk.
So
What?
if you haven't learned anything this whole podcast,
Christian
the
doesn't
only thing
know
you
how to
should have learned
talk.
is that none of us can pronounce words properly.
What we've learned,
You
Brian
can only
wants to kill.
infuse Pringles with
Brian only
everything.
wants one of us to survive somehow. Christian can't speak for shit.
Listen,
Tim wants to blow Mexican food into your face,
Mexican food.
It's like Mexican food.
and I have like a realistic idea I shouldn't have said on air.
Scott
I
has
can see. I can see.
fetish,
Someone's gonna-
fetish
I can
of
see
To become a
cereal.
billionaire. Off of
I can
Scott's
see
cereal
Tim at a
fetish.
strategy meeting, and they're like, "What's the new breakthrough for our restaurant? Mexican food."
like, okay.
I don't give
Like Tim, this is Target. Mexican food.
Mexican
You
food.
don't even work here. What are you doing? I don't know.
I'm gonna start doing that. Just like
Joining meetings.
jumping into people's meetings and just yelling.
I know. I've been
It's
at
like
like Walmart when
McDonald's.
they're like on the
Mexican food.
intercom and they're like, oh, store manager meeting at 9:00 in the the movie section. I just want to like go over and just start like talking and be like, listen,
they do
yesterday
that in the movie
Jackie was
section?
stealing so many Gatorades. And they're like, oh, fucking Jackie, and they start calling names. They just leave.
Just like calling out people and getting them in trouble
Yeah.
for no reason.
Like every name you say,
What's
somehow
up?
that person actually works there. You just keep getting people fired for no reason.
Oh yeah, that didn't even think about that.
All right.
What?
Well, I guess
Well, this was
We should-
interesting.
end on that note then.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about time.
Chiwi.
All right.
Chewy.
I just changed my name to that.
Captain
Okay.
Chiwi Prangles.
Cool. All right, well-
Captain Chewy Pringles, report for
Captain
duty.
Chewy Krangles. Wait, Krangles?
Wait, what did I say? Krangles or Prangles?
I think it's Krangles. Captain
I
Chewy
don't know.
Krangles, the CCC.
I like that one better. Captain
Funny
Chewy
thing, like,
Krangles.
Like
That's the name of your restaurant.
They were throwing on a meme saying like how moms these days, Spanish moms, will say like a PlayStation would be a Nintendo because that's the only thing they know.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Okay.
oh, Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like, cause that's what my mom used to
You
do.
can't put it on pause.
I said Nintendo.
Mom, it's
I was like,
online
no,
with
it's a-
100 other people. Tell everybody to pause it. Nobody
In
move.
unison, it's all pause the game.
Nobody move.
All right.
Well,
Cool.
hey, bored with the boys. So there's another one in the
Alright,
books.
Thanks for joining us for another wacky adventure with the board.
Talking about
Boys.
random food things.
Talking
Yeah.
about Chi Whiz and Pringles and
Well, we-
After
Somehow
you watch
we
this
get
episode,
full-weight
you
death
should go blow
matches.
Mexican food in your face.
apparently
We gave in. We let
Bam.
Christian talk about food, and this is where we
I was
got
gonna
to.
say,
Somehow
gonna
we're
we
say,
just ended up
somehow-
killing each other.
we made a
Yeah.
somewhat coherent conversation last about an hour about random topics such as food. somehow.
Hey, you know that's
Brian-
that's
Anyways.
Brian made it a little bit morbid. He really wants
Yeah,
one
he
of us
was at the
to
end.
defeat everybody else. So
Still
Guess-
never got a concise answer.
one day
but-
maybe you'll see that. Look out for that video.
Oh yeah, we'll do it.
Deathmatch
We'll do a
video.
deathmatch, a live deathmatch.
Maybe there'll be
video.
one of
Live
our
death
gameplays
match.
where
I'm
we
not
just
sure
kill
I'll
each
make
other.
it. I'm not sure I'll make it to that video. I have to jump off the van, so
Ooh yeah, we
if
got,
I,
we
if
got a
I
lot.
survive the van
Oh
video,
yeah, that
then-
was that was the first video actually.
We all
for
have to
a
jump out
podcast
of a
where-
plane though too.
No, we
We got a lot of
no,
stuff planned.
first
I'm
we had to
thinking
jump out of.
What were the boys
plane.
deathmatch?
I mean-
that video is going viral.
Well, the van's last because Brian would probably die, so we got to do the jumping out of a plane first.
Well, if you jump out of the
Isn't
van,
it
you're not
jumping
gonna
out of
make
the
it to
van?
the deathmatch.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we should end this.
Okay. All right.
We don't
Tune in
wanna
next time.
reveal too much of our future here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tune in
Stay
next
tuned.
time.
Stay tuned. We got a lot in the works.